Good afternoon. I hope everyone is doing well this Thursday, June the 18th. I want to give a special shout out to my nephew Christian. Today is his birthday. But I want to provide you with another economic update. There's a ton of stuff that is going on. People are starting to receive more of the economic impact debit cards. The Fed Chairman gave a speech yesterday. He ended his two-day testimony where he's pretty much stating that another economic stimulus is needed and that it should be given by Congress. Additionally, there are some more updates about healthcare and about SSI, SSDI, those that have a rep payee. If they are receiving your economic impact payment and are not giving it to the actual beneficiary. That includes nursing homes in there. So we're going to talk about all of that coming up next. Hello everyone, my name is Paul Zachary Shelton Jr. and I'm the Chief Investment Officer of Warwick Shore Advisors. We are a wealth and investment management firm located in Orlando, Florida, with clients all across the United States. If this is your first time coming to my channel, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I upload a new video. Also, please like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Please share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the IRS put an update on their website and it says those that are receiving mailed check payments may be receiving a debit card instead of a mailed check. So please look out for those. I know originally, several weeks ago, when they first started sending out the economic impact cards via the Money Network card holder services, there was only 4 million people that were slated to receive those. But it says here, if you get my payment application says you're receiving a check, your payment may come as a debit card and debit card payments in a plain envelope from the Money Network card holder services. So if you're checking the IRS portal and it says that you have a check on the way and it gives you a date for the check, also look out for a debit card because it's very possible they didn't say which service centers are sending out the debit cards or if it's enhanced past the original Austin and the Andover, Maryland centers. But just beware that if it says you're getting a check, very possible that you may get a debit card in the mail. So keep an eye out for that. The next thing that the IRS provided an update on was economic impact payments that belong to a recipient, not a nursing home or not the care facilities. So this has been an issue. Many people that are in nursing homes or in facilities are receiving their economic impact payment and the nursing home are keeping the payments. So this not only extends out for those that are on Social Security or SSI or disability income, but for all the recipients in nursing homes as well. And they clearly spell it out here that the payments are intended for the recipients, even if a nursing home or other facility or provider. So it's not just a nursing home or facility, it could be a provider, someone that's living with you or someone that's a caretaker, someone taking care of you. Provider receives the person's payment either directly or indirectly by direct deposit or check. These payments do not count as a resource for the purposes of determining eligibility for Medicaid and other federal programs for a 12-month period from the receipt. They also do not count as income in determining eligibility for these programs. So it further says here, the Social Security Administration has issued frequently asked questions on this issue, including how Representative Payee should handle administering the payments for the recipient. For SSA has not, meaning the Social Security Administration has not noted that under the Social Security Act, a representative payee is only responsible for managing the Social Security and the supplemental security income benefits. And economic impact payment is not such benefit. So even though you're managing, if you have a rep payee and that rep payee is managing your Social Security income or SSI, that does not count or automatically qualify them as what they're saying to manage your economic impact payment. The economic impact payment belongs to the Social Security or SSI beneficiary. A representative payee should discuss the impact payment with the beneficiary, and if the beneficiary wants to use the economic impact payment independently, the representative payee should provide that economic impact payment to the beneficiary so they can use it at their own discretion. So this is a conversation that you should have with your rep payee, and advise them, if you want to use it differently, if you don't want them to use it in the normal means or the typical way that you've used it in the past. Have this conversation with them. It's very important. And further here, it says the IRS also noted that the economic impact payments do not count as resources that have to be turned over by benefits recipients, such as a resident of a nursing home whose care is provided for by Medicaid. The economic impact payment is considered an advance refund for 2020 taxes, so it's considered a tax refund for benefit purposes. So there's a couple things that are very important there. Very similar to if you have a caretaker or someone that's a rep payee. If you're living in a nursing home, this is not considered as part of your benefits, your typical benefits that you would be receiving. So the nursing home has no right to maintain or keep them, even though they may receive them up front. Those are your benefits. The economic impact payment is your payment that you should receive, and you have the free will to use that however so you determine. Next thing I want to talk to you about is some of the changes to health insurance, pretty much, or your health care availability under the CARES Act. And this is something that the IRS provides on their website as an update as well. And it provides a lot of detailed reading in there, but really what's most important under here is if you have an HSA account, which is the health savings account, or something of that nature that you're paying into on a monthly basis, annual basis, quarterly basis, or if your employer is providing it for you, you can now use that account for an expanded care of services, I should say. There's an understanding now that more people are home from work and more people are quarantined and not able to go out and travel, or even go to the local grocery store or drugstore to pick up essential needs and things of that nature. So they have expanded the qualified medical expenses that you can use it for. And it reads here, and I won't read all of it, but it says the CARES Act also modifies the rules that apply to various tax advantage accounts. That includes the HSAs, the MSAs, and the FSAs, and HRAs. So the additional items are qualified medical expenses. And these can account for anything that you can get reimbursed for. Typically, you would have to, there are only certain services or certain things that you can purchase, such as prescription drugs that you can get a reimbursement for when it comes to your HSA. Certain services like going to the dentist, going to your doctor's office, doing things of that nature, or typically what was offered under there. Where we are now, more people are at home. More services, health services are still needed, but needed now in the home and needed as outpatient care. The realm of services, I should say, are the expenses that you can use to qualify for your HSA plans, or those savings accounts, health savings account plans have expanded. So typically, things that you would buy over the counter, drugs, were not included in this, but now they are. So any over-the-counter medicines that you can purchase that deal, with headaches, migraines, or any other things that you may need. Sometimes it's even sinus medicines. You're now able to classify that as part of your HSA, and it goes on further to say hygiene products. So specifically, feminine hygiene products. So if there's anything that you need on a monthly basis in that respect, those can be now classified and reimbursed for under the HSA, which historically has not been the case. Lastly, I want to mention to you about Jerome Powell's comments that he made yesterday in front of Congress. So he had his 2-day testimony on Tuesday and Wednesday, where he's testifying about the state of the economy and how we are moving forward, the state of the PPP loans, the economic stimulus, and everything that's been taking place. And in his comments and in his statements, he specifically said that although we are moving forward, we are in the first phase or first round of this recovery for our economy. It is very possible that, as we see more coronavirus cases pop up, that we could have a second wave, which will hinder the forward progression of the recovery of our economy. With this being the case, he stated that it is imperative and it's important that Congress moves to provide more economic stimulus for our economy to continue moving forward in the trajectory that it is moving in right now. He pretty much said that a second economic stimulus payment is needed. Did not provide details on what another economic stimulus should look like, but he did endorse another economic stimulus. This is something that the White House has endorsed too. This is something that the House of Representatives has endorsed. We're just waiting on the Senate to come together and develop an idea and develop a plan in which they want to provide economic stimulus for everyone else in this country. I did speak briefly in a previous video about the $1 trillion or $2 trillion stimulus plan that the White House wants to put together. It primarily looks like it's going to be leaning towards infrastructure. But what Federal Chairman Powell is saying, that we need something directly as a form of direct payments to individuals to be able to assist and get them over the hurdle. We still have over 30 million people unemployed, and many of those unemployed will not be able to go back to work immediately being within the next 3 to 6 months. So there is still further help that is needed out there to help us bridge this gap. If you have any questions about anything that I mentioned today, please leave a comment below. Please like and share this video to help me grow the financial literacy of our globe. And lastly, before you leave my channel, please hit the subscribe button to let me know how much you appreciate this video. Thank you so much and you have a great day.